It's been crazy, y'all. Let's get in. Let's go ahead and get into part 3. This is getting down to it.
I didn't lie to you on that polygraph, I promise. Chris, I know stop.
Just stop.
Just stop for a minute. Take a deep breath. I want you to take a deep breath right now.
He got you, Chris.
There's a reason you feel sick to your stomach. And when people hold stuff inside, it makes you physically ill. And I can just tell on your face, I can tell from the second you walked in that you were wanting to just come clean and just be done with this.
This is a technique known as social exchange, an interpersonal persuasion strategy in which the interrogator provides the suspect with a psychological reward in return for the information they need. In this case, she's trying to convince Chris that the alleviation of mental weight is a worthy trade for a confession. She does this in a manner that protects his self-esteem by giving him appreciative reinforcements.
And I appreciate that because you knew sitting down in that chair that you weren't going to pass today. And you knew I was going to find out, because I told you that. And then you continued to stay, knowing that you could, at the end, say, you know what? I just need to get this off my chest.
Everything that I told you, I did not lie on this polygraph. I don't know how much I could tell you right now, like, I did not.
It's not even an option right now because you did not pass the polygraph, so I know you were being accepted. So that's not even an issue right now. The issue right now is what happened to Shanann, Bella, and Celeste.
The following tactic is called the futility technique, a building block to induce a sense in a suspect that any resistance on behalf of their cause is futile due to the overwhelming evidence against them. This was obviously not the case, as polygraphs are not admissible evidence, and Chris was in fact still free to leave at this point.
That's the issue right now.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about that. I know you want to tell us.
Man, you might as well go ahead and come clean. Come clean.
Holding this lie in is going to do nothing for you.
I know this. Like, okay. I'm not, like, trying to, like, cover things up, like...
Yeah, but you kind of are, because it's normal.
This is no longer an interview to collect information. The steps of asking questions and receiving answers is over, and the interrogators are now in the process of leading the suspect into a state of mental exhaustion. The detectives will attentively watch for denials and stop them before they can be voiced. Letting the suspect deny his guilt will only increase his confidence and prolong his cerebral stamina.
Normal people will do that. Normal people that make a mistake initially are going to go, I don't know what you're talking about, I didn't do anything. That's normal. I would expect that. That's a natural reaction that someone's going to initially lie about something like that and then eventually tell the truth. So this is your eventually telling the truth time. This is where the rubber meets the road, Chris. Like, don't let this continue any longer, please.
I'm not trying to make anything continue. Like, I want them back home, like...
Chris, just
But you know
stop,
they're not coming
man.
back home. You know that.
I don't know in the back of my head. I hope they come back home.
But you know they're not.
Chris, Tammy and I are confused. Okay? And here's what we're confused about. I told you that we've done some work overnight. I told you that we've got a lot of leads. Okay, that wasn't a lie. We know a lot more than you think we do. Okay.
The dossier technique is a variant of the futility technique, the only difference being that the detectives are far more cryptic and often deceptive about the evidence they have. This will hint at things in a vague manner for the purpose of escalating a suspect's uncertainty.
Where are they? I don't know where they're at. I do not know where they're at. If I could have my babies back home right now, I would.
Chris.
I want them back. I want everybody back.
Truth.
That is the God's honest truth.
Although the detectives want to intensify Chris's psychological stress levels, they do not want him to become reactively agitated, as this could lead him to objecting and resisting every step of the way, and the interrogation will never get off the ground. It also significantly increases the chances of him requesting legal counsel and ending the interrogation outright. This elicits the interrogator to change approach and utilize what is known as the ego-up technique, where the detective will build on the self-respect of the suspect through positive reinforcement.
It is very surprising to me, and it warms my heart that You're the type of dad who can pack a bag in the morning, and you know just what to put in there. You know just what to put in there as a backup in case they have an accident, okay? You know what the clothes to put in there. You know what they have for breakfast. You know what they have for a snack and a dinner and a nighttime snack. You can tell me the book you read to your daughters, okay? I know you love them. But you are here today lying about something else. So we need to talk about that, okay? About your daughter. I know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is very good. Keep
I saw her, took my breath away.
Here we go.
I'd never thought in a million years that could happen.
Yeah.
I never felt that way about anybody in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not proud of it. She accused me of it. I denied it. I cheated on her and I felt horrible for it. Like, she was pregnant and it was, I don't want to,
Come on, Chris.
I didn't hurt her.
You're doing a good job. This is the Chris that I knew would come out today. This is the Chris who tells the truth because you're a truth teller. I don't think this girl did anything to hurt anybody. When you leave her out of it, okay, get back to your wife and your daughters.
Okay.
Where are they?
That I do not know. That was what I was holding back. Like, I didn't know, like, what I did. I know.
Chris, in the interview today, you weren't asked about infidelity. You were asked about.
I was holding back from last night.
That's what you feel today.
That's not how that works.
Here's the challenge that we have. We knew about Nikki, so we didn't need to ask you about her in the polygraph. We just didn't need to, because we knew, okay? And so, that's why we didn't ask you, because we already knew the answer, okay? We're very, very worried about your daughters and your wife. I am too. This should have been the happiest time of your marriage. Okay? You and Shanann, this should have been the happiest time. She's making a little money, she's making good money. You're making great money, you both have a job. You have beautiful kids, you have a beautiful house, you're in Colorado, clean air, good people. Okay? And on top of that, you look pretty good now. You're pretty fit.
Yeah, he's real good.
This should have been the time in your marriage where you guys were happy and thriving and productive. Okay? And I believe that Shanann is the reason none of that happened.
This is called the how and why solution, a technique that allows the suspect to admit a lesser act and blame the victims, while at the same time minimizing the crime and motivations of his actions.
I believe that she's a controlling person. Maybe doesn't listen to you as much as she should. I think that she can do whatever she wants and you can't. Okay? I think if you were to go to a restaurant, she would order whatever the hell she wants. And as soon as you order a nice steak, she says, whoa, buddy, that's because you're a good person. And I think that she started on the path to leave the marriage. Okay? It's ironic that we're talking about you and Nikki. I think that she was the one who started on that path first. What do you think about that?
I wouldn't have thought about
Okay. The other thing I think is interesting is, even though she is that type of person that's controlling, doesn't listen, does what she wants, is walking away from her kids, here you are defending her. Because to your core, you want to take care of the people you love. Okay. And that's the reason why we want to give you an opportunity today to just help us find them. Okay? Chris, right now your dad's outside. He flew across the country to help him. Okay? You're lying to him.
Come on, Chris.
Right.
Let's be real.
You lied to everyone you talked to. And they all bought it. Will you please help us find your babies?
I want to find them. I've told you over and over, I want to find
He's sticking to it.
everyone.
Can you understand that some of this just doesn't make sense to us? How is it possible that a woman and two kids are just completely gone off the face of the earth?
Right.
I promise you,
I have nothing on my hands I did nothing to those kids or her to make them vanish.
As the interrogation goes on, the constant and relentless psychological pressure essentially puts Chris at the edge of his ability to function cognitively. It's a slow and methodical process of breaking down his resistance while maintaining a balance of pugnacious and reassuring psychological techniques.
I just find it hard to hear you talk about this, having this emotional, conversation with Shanann, and you're bawling and crying together, and you have not shed one tear
At all.
No kind of.
in here.
Not
Not one.
Nothing.
And help me understand that, because I don't get it.
Two kids and your
Yeah.
wife?
These are your baby girls,
Exactly.
and you have not shed one tear over them not
Sick
being
bastard
around.
don't care. That's why.
No.
Chris, I lose my 4-year-old in the store for 10 seconds,
You go
and
in
I start
panic.
to go panic.
Yeah.
Panic. I have not seen any of that from you at all. Help me understand that.
I love those girls. I would never do anything just because I haven't shed a
Don't try to
tear.
force yourself to cry.
Yeah.
Trying to
that's
now.
weird. Is that weird?
Don't look into that like I don't love my
Well,
kid. I
tell
love
me,
my
explain
wife.
to me. You're crying with your wife that you're leaving her,
Yeah.
but you don't cry that your 2 little baby
I'm
girls
hoping they're still around somewhere. I'm hoping they're still somewhere.
In the next moments, you will see step 7 of the Reed interrogation technique known as the alternative question, where the suspect is given an alternative and far more morally acceptable choice for what happened.
Chris, did Shanann do something to them?
No, I don't know.
I'm curious.
I have no clue.
But you would have known. They didn't leave the house. Did Shanann do something to them, and then did you feel like you had to do something to Shanann?
They were at the house when I left. They were there.
They weren't there. They didn't leave. They vanished.
Is
Right.
right.
They were
The
there.
only way they could have left is in your truck.
So just tell the
Did
truth.
Shanann do something?
You got it on
Only-
Something
camera.
happened in the house that you know about. We know that something happened to
I
all
want to
3
take a
of
drink.
them. But I want to know, did something happen to these baby girls first that you had to take into your own hands and deal with?
You had to clean it up for Shanann.
Chris, you gotta tell us. There's something that happened to these baby girls. Look at them.
I know. Before I came in, I was watching videos.
We have no doubt you love these girls with all of your heart. And no doubt. But we make mistakes.
That's okay.
It's what we do with those mistakes that make us who we are.
Chris, it seems like you're thinking about it right now. What are you thinking about?
Just couldn't have it.
I feel like you cleaned up for her. I feel like that's the type of guy that you are.
Chris, this is a weight that's going to be on you for the rest of your life until we resolve it tonight. And once we can talk about this more tonight, it's going to follow you forever. I promise you, when you start talking to us, you will feel better.
Chris, we're giving you a lifeline right now. You need to take it. You need to reach out and take it. Chris, you took them out of the house with their blankets and their animals.
Like, that's
That's because you cared. That's what a caring dad does. And you either cleaned up after Shanann or you made the mistake. And I mean, I want to believe that maybe Shanann did it and you felt compelled to fix this so Shanann didn't look bad. That's what I want to believe. But I don't know, you're not telling me that, so it makes me think the worst. Like, did you
I
do
did
that
not do
to all 3 of them?
I did
Like,
not do anything. Not anything.
what did Shanann do to them? Tell us, Chris. Chicks are crazy.
Can I talk to my dad or something?
Absolutely.
Come here.
Do you want to bring him in here?
No, I just need to talk to my dad. I flew across the country.
Chris, how about this? If we brought your dad in here, would you please tell him what happened?
And you need to realize that your dad is not going to stop loving you no matter what you tell him. You are his child, and he will not stop loving you,
Never.
ever.
And this is not the last chapter in anyone's story. At all. Okay?
yeah.
Hey, Chris, we're going to
Hold
have
on, Chris.
however much time you need, okay?
Sure. You gonna leave us in there or something?
Yes.
Sure.
So, what's going on here?
And it's, polygraph. Failed it. There, because it's
Too much emotions.
it's,
Anything else you want to tell me? What's going on? Or what happened? Or anything you feel bad about?
when we had that conversation that morning, it was emotional, it was told her about separation and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let it out. Let's hear it.
What happened after that?
Exactly.
And I went downstairs,
Okay.
I don't want to protect her.
What?
I want to protect her.
You don't want to protect her?
I don't know what else to say.
He's trying to blame it on the
Oh.
he's trying to blame it on the deceased
What
wife.
he-
You see what he said?
And
And then he did it.
What now?
tell her.
You're a girl.
Boy, you are crazy, Chris.
What? She's smiling.
Bastard.
He did it.
I didn't hear it. And I was downstairs, came back up, and they were gone. Talking about separation and everything about, and she lost. I don't know, like, what else to say, but I can tell. Those are my kids. I don't know, emotional.
It's so crazy.
I didn't think anything of it.
He is a psycho.
And then you went back upstairs and she was,
I could see, like, she was not.
choking her. Or she fell.
Yeah.
They're blue.
So,
Yes.
she choked her from that.
I freaked out and shit me.
Chris know that's not what happened.
Yeah, he know that's not what happened. He getting ate up on the inside.
Blame it on her because she's not here to
She's
speak.
not here to defend herself.
Yeah. See. Range.
Less than 10 seconds after the mention of the word lawyer, the detectives re-enter the room and immediately reinforce Chris with non-verbal empathic communication. They immediately
That's how they get
divert
him.
Chris's attention from the well-informed advice of his father to their own appreciative reception of his contemporary admittance.
Could you help us work through this with you, okay? Can you tell us what you told your dad?
She was in that weird. I talked to her. Or something. Freaked out.
Man, Chris.
I ran in there, I got on top of her.
What'd you do?
She flew. I was my babies. I was my kids.
What happened?
Getting hurt.
Still no emotion, like
That's fake.
forcing it.
Although not the full avowal they were pursuing, Chris has still confessed partly to the crimes, and they
Yeah.
now have one foot in the door. He is no longer free to leave. The interrogation now returns to a non-suggestive process, where the detectives will collect further information, where they will not contaminate with excessive or direct input.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm shaking. Both my kids are blue and they're gone. Both horrible for what I did.
It's the hard part. We love to tell us where we're at.
I think he's mad at Cole. And that first location I went to that day. I don't know what to do.
I know.
I didn't know what to do. Like, none of this made sense. Why would she hit my fucking girls? I'm sorry.
So
I know.
sick.
Sick minded.
I know you came in today to do the right thing. Where'd you from? Nothing.
In the truck.
Did Shanann fight back at all? When you did that?
The rage that I had after seeing that night. Not much. I didn't know what else to do.
I know.
I didn't know what else to do. I was
Fake
so
crying and
scared.
stuff.
Yeah.
Fake.
Like, no, I just did this, and I just did that. What do I do?
Right.
You were in tough spot. I think, what can you do, right?
You think your body just kind of takes over and
What's gonna happen? We're gonna help them get out of there. Chris, I know they're gone, but they're still your babies, and you're still their dad.
you don't want to go there.
I don't want to.
You don't want someone else to find that out there. You don't, I promise you.
They're really eating them up too.
You give us a second so we can have your things arranged. You do that?
Just fucking horrible. My mother said she was an unstable person, but I never thought I needed that.
What?
The audacity of him.
Why is that happening? Well, I was having those two little girls.
To you.
Chris. I'm in disbelief, bro.
Just like when the old dudes types
No, not tonight. Whereabouts? The Shanann and the girls. The S for Shanann, okay, and where are the girls at? And they, so how did you dig this out? I'm assuming that's under dirt. How did you dig that?
So it sounds like, I mean, it feels like to me, now we know pretty well how to go get them. Anything else we need to know?
What do you think about Chris?
Let my family down.
It's over.
Let my dad down. Let my mom, sister, nephew, nieces, friends, co-workers.
Can I ask you another tough question? You just get it all on the table. When you see Shanann choking, strangling Celeste, and you get her off of Celeste, do you think about calling her their guns?
I see you back in there blue and limp. I mean, I've never seen something like that in my life. I mean, she just like laid over, like nothing was moving at all. No gas, no breath. She was totally just blue.
After the baseline information of Chris's version of events is gathered, he is now locked into an alibi and timeline of affairs that forensics will subsequently examine and dissect in ways so they can use it against him. The tone of the interrogation then reverts back from information gathering to a confrontational nature.
So Chris, you've been doing this job for a long time.
I know.
I know a lot about psychology and as far as like what people are thinking. Most parents will never even want to fathom that their kid is dead. Even if their kid's stiff, blue in bed, and stiff like been dead all night, they still call an ambulance to see if someone can revive their child.
Exactly.
Come
And
on.
when the ambulance gets there and they're like,
Call the
Come
ambulance.
on.
Call
they're
it
just been
something.
dead all night, like there's nothing we can do. And the parents are like, why are you not doing something? What are you talking about? So that's what we're used to. So that's why I want you to explain to me like what was going on in your head and.
The praise I felt for what she did, it just took over.
I would hate for Shanann to get a bad rap if she didn't have anything to do.
Exactly.
You know, it's not fair. It's not fair.
Wrong, man.
There is no technical term for this approach, yet it's a clear attempt by the detective to interconnect to the suspect's sense of morality, which is always under the assumption that they have any.
Enough bad stuff has happened, that we need to stop the bad stuff from happening. So, we're telling the truth.
That is true.
So you're good with the public knowing that Shanann killed her daughters?
I did not hurt these girls.
Are you okay with the public knowing that Shanann?
Yes, because I did not hurt these girls.
He don't care. He just want to go home.
Yeah, he don't care.
Are you sure Shanann didn't catch you?
Oh my God, no.
Don't get mad, but what it looks like is that you found a new life, and the only way to get that new life was to get rid of the old life.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I think that you killed these girls before their mom came home, and then killed Shanann. And that's what we're kind of left at, what we have to believe, because
This
it
is
just
start
doesn't
a
make
new
sense. I
life.
mean, to her point, if I walked in and my kid was decapitated, I'd call an ambulance, right? So
Knowing there's no hope.
it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't add up. So either you're this monster who says, I just want this young hot girlfriend,
Yeah,
so I'm going to
monster.
kill everyone and hope it works out,
Yeah.
or something. So I think we're very, very close to the truth, but not quite there yet. So if you're not that monster,
I'm not a monster.
You a monster.
so what's going to happen when your cause of death comes back to you, or the girl's not going to? Okay? You sure?
I'm 100% positive it's not going to come back to me.
And what happens when a coroner looks and says it sees your fingerprints on their neck?
Yeah.
It's not going to be my fingerprints. Okay. What's it going to be?
It's going to be Shanann.
Why take their bodies out of the house and bury them?
I was scared. I didn't know what else to do.
Okay.
on.
Nothing
Chris, you're
was
terrible.
gonna, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know what to do.
Scared of what?
Scared of what everything was gonna look like. My two babies were gone,
Mm-hmm.
and I just did that to my wife. And I was the only one left in the house. What do you expect to happen?
Yeah. It did look bad, right?
And look, I mean, this was,
You can.
Oh,
And I
nightmare.
don't want to say
Yeah.
you was defending your children, but
Okay.
that ain't gonna happen. Be truthful.
Yesterday when you were talking, and again, this is before we kind of got to this moment today, you mentioned that we were talking, you said, I don't know where they are, and then you said something along the lines of, whatever happened to them is active pure evil. What does that mean?
Right.
is this the evil that I saw when I walked behind Shanann and she was on top of Susie. And I thought evil described it to Shanann.
Okay. So after we look at their bodies, we're gonna have a lot more questions. Things are gonna be different then, but if you're willing, we'd love to talk to you then too. Now that we know what we know, we're going to, I need to check that you don't have any weapons on you or anything like that. Do you have any weapons on you? Okay. We'll do that. We'll go to the bathroom. I'm not gonna go in the stall with you, but I'm gonna go with you. And then we'll come right back here and we'll make a decision about how the rest of the night goes. All right, so you might stand up so I can check.
This interrogation was a true testimony of how mental fatigue can restructure an individual's cognitive rationale. Chris maintained his innocence even after the failed polygraph, and if he had kept that stance, he would have walked out of that police department as a free man for at least another night. Yet, after a prolonged state of isolation, anxiety, and fear, coupled with the cerebral influencing tactics of the interrogators, the alleviation of getting out of that situation was in that moment perceived as enough of a luxury to exchange his freedom for it.
Chris, come stand up for me. I'm going to have you face that wall. Lift up your hands.
So what did he get?
The sentence?
Yeah.
Right, I want to know too.
Life?
He get life. I know he killed his wife and those
He
two girls.
did.
He did it. And it's absolutely crazy that he blamed his wife for
He
that.
know they caught him already. They caught him
No.
like.
And
Of
it's
course.
so the fact that he chose trying to lie, fail the polygraph test, can't look the trying to look the cops and detective in the eye and just like
They already on to him.
they already been on to him and he still lied.
He blamed it on the deceased.
You blame it on the deceased, and that's
But
sick.
anybody, like I was saying
But
earlier,
Go ahead.
that's happening. Even if you did that, you could have called 911, like you said, to still come
Exactly.
check the kids or whatever, like that. Even though you said they were blue, to still come there and you unalive your wife because you was trying to protect your kids.
Right.
I would have rather that than what he's saying. It sounds like a lie.
Exactly. The whole thing, like, why would somebody believe you now after you just lied about everything else?
Everything else.
Then on top of that, you was cheating on your wife.
You want to
So
start.
that just looked like you was trying to you took them all out just to start a whole new life.
Like you said, yeah.
You think that's what's gonna happen?
It was just going to just vanish. Everything was
Everything's
just going
gonna
to work out
vanish and
perfectly
it's
fine.
perfectly fine. Probably get married to that woman, and then start a whole new family, and then everything was gonna be okay.
The things some people do out here is sick. And
That
they've been
is
together
sick.
a while
and
for
it
that.
wasn't even worth it.
Man, we want to know your thoughts down below in the comment section.
Yeah, let us know more about the case or whatever like that down below. I probably look some stuff up too.
Yeah.
More further on what happened, because like I said, I did heard about it like a long time ago. But I didn't really like look into the case or anything like that.
into
But
it.
But yeah, let us know in the comment section. More about this
Forward
case.
facts that y'all may know as well. Let's get down there. We always say we a family over here.
Exactly.
We love y'all. We catch you on next video.
Catch y'all next one.